Tonight we are doing date night at home, and it's been a minute since we've had a chance to do this, but we really just enjoy a simple night at home, making a dinner, having a chance to talk, and hang out a little bit. So that's what we thought we would share with you this evening. Tonight we are doing a tasting with Haus aperitifs, so I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Haus. These have really beautiful, complex flavors. The bitter clove was amazing with dinner, and then we also added it to our apple dessert as well, which was amazing. Tonight we tasted lemon lavender and bitter clove, and bitter clove was perfect with the dinner and the dessert, but there's a few other flavors I really want to try of theirs in the future. They have peach passion fruit, which sounds amazing, ginger yuzu, so I think I'll try the sampler next time. And if you want to try something new, you can use my link below and it has all the information there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into our date night video. So starting first with picking some bok choy from the garden. The bok choy is looking so beautiful. I planted this in the summer from seed. I had the seeds from the previous year. So you can see there's a few little nibbles on there, but that comes with organic gardening. We've cooked lots of bok choy. It's actually the one thing in the garden that my boys aren't really a big fan of. So for date night, we love to cook up these greens with some garlic and lemon, and then we also like to do a roasted squash. We have some squash in the barn cellar. We're gonna have plenty of that through the winter season. So we like to do squash soups, but we also really like roasted squash. Squash on pizza actually is really good too. So there's a lot of different ways to use squash from the garden. And then I'm gonna head over to the herb garden. I have a few herbs that I wanna pick for tonight's dinner, but I also have an abundance of lemon balm and peppermint. So while I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and harvest a bunch of it, and before I start dinner, I'm gonna hang some herbs in the kitchen. This year we've had a really great harvest for the fall, and I've been excited to bring it in from the garden and display it in our kitchen until we get a chance to use it. And so that's what I'm gonna do with the herbs, and then I'm gonna get started with dinner. So tonight for date night, we did not have the luxury of grandma watching the boys, but you can still have date night even if you have kids. So I had been letting Oliver and Isaiah know that they were gonna have a special dinner, they were gonna have hot cocoa, and I had it all planned for them to watch 2 movies that they were excited to watch. So here they are playing Uno, waiting for their special cheesy pasta dinner, and then I make them hot chocolate a little bit later in the night and send them off to their room to enjoy their movies. We always eat dinner as a family. I usually never cook them a separate meal, but tonight I wanted to make it a little special so they could be excited and that we could try to get date night in, even with the kids home. So the way we like to roast squash is I cut the ends of the squash, that way I have a flat surface to cut down the center. And then I remove the inside, so the seeds, we save that for the compost, or actually the cats like squash seeds, and it's pretty good if you want to roast those up as well, you can do that. So we save that. And then I just go ahead and put that on a oven-safe tray. I'm gonna add some chopped sage, but before I add the sage, I'm gonna add some pepper, some salt, some olive oil, and then the sage. You can also add some honey or brown sugar. That really gives it a beautiful complex flavor, which we really like to do when we roast the squash. So very easy to do. You just wanna roast it on 400 degrees in the oven for about 35 to 45 minutes. You just want it to be soft on the inside. This is our favorite way to roast squash. It's really easy and super delicious. So I'm gonna get that started since that takes the longest. And then I'm gonna start making the rice, I'd say probably about 20 minutes before the squash is done. And then I'm gonna save the bok choy to the very end. Then I'm gonna get the boys settled with their dinner and in their room to start their movie so that we can start our aperitif tasting. Now, of course, we are not gonna have too much to drink because we still have the kids home, but we're gonna have just a mild tasting tonight. We tasted the lemon lavender, which was amazing, and I think I have so many ideas for a spritzer. I could even put some fresh lavender and lemon in there. But I wanted to just sip on the bitter clove. That also tastes really good over ice. We just have these little aperitif glasses, so we just put them in these glasses and just sipped it straight, and it tastes beautifully that way as well. So there's really many ways to enjoy these, and many ways that we have enjoyed these since we got our bottles in the mail. I also really enjoyed the pamphlet where I read about the couple who owns this company. They have a farm, they're a young couple, and they're really mindful about their ingredients, really transparent. So we just enjoyed sipping on our aperitifs for the next few minutes while we waited for our squash to finish up and we could get finished with the rest of the dinner. I also planned for the boys to be able to have hot chocolate after they finished their meal. So I had a few surprises kind of ready to go for them so that it would keep them busy and excited. So I poured them some hot chocolate, let that cool down, and then I brought that into their room as a little treat next. So I'm getting started with the rice. This is actually a recipe, my grandmother's recipe for a rice pilaf. So I'm starting with egg noodles and butter, and I'm just browning those egg noodles. And then I'm gonna add some veggie stock and some rice, and then just cook the rice until it's done. And then Byron's starting on the dessert here. He's making a variation of a baked apple. So you've got the butter, cinnamon, brown sugar, and then we're gonna add some of that bitter clove aperitif to it as well, which is perfect because clove pairs so perfectly with it. Starting with a little olive oil and chopped garlic. Actually, Byron is going to finish off the bok choy. And this is often how we do cook together. You know, sometimes I'll cook the full meal or he'll cook the full meal, but we really like to cook together and just kind of each taking turns. I sometimes will get started and he'll finish it off because he really just has such a great touch with food, obviously, that he just does such a great job. So adding some salt and pepper and some lemon at the end just really finishes off this beautiful bok choy dish. Really easy. So we have our rice, we have our squash, and we are ready to go with our dinner. So yeah, there's nothing we love more than a good solid meal and just having a chance to sit down in peace and quiet and chat, which doesn't get a chance, we don't get a chance to do that too often. But tonight we tried to make it happen and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, we also made this, or Byron made this delicious dessert. We enjoyed some of it, and then we saved a little bit for the kids, brought it to them. Then they had their second movie, so they were very excited about all the special little treats, and then that gave us a chance to sit in front of the fire, enjoy it, and then we decided to play Uno together, which, it's always a fun idea for date night. Maybe board games aren't your thing, but you can sit down and play a video game that you guys like together, or play a card game. Sometimes we play chess, we like to play chess together. We don't get, again, to do it very often, but when we get a chance to do it, it's really fun because both of us are kind of competitive. So it's always fun to play a board game or a card game. So tonight we are playing Uno. Normally, I share how much I enjoy my bathtub and my shower, but when our kids go to sleep, we very often enjoy a shower or a bath together. We have a big enough bath to enjoy that. Yeah, when we lived in our apartment, showers were, of course, the easiest, but when it comes to having a nice big enough bath, it's always nice to take a bath together, and so I'm going to put one of my Pacific Time CBD bath bombs in the bath. This one is perfect for just before you go to sleep. You have to try it. It's amazing. And yeah, we're going to take a bath, and then we're going to watch a movie. And we definitely have our own style of what we like to watch and our own entertainment, and we go off and do our own things after the kids go to sleep a lot during the week, but then we try to find that time together to do things that we enjoy together, just so that we bond as a couple, especially being married for so long and also having children. It's hard to make that time for each other, but we definitely try to do that. So we're watching a Netflix show. So that completes our date night at home video. I hope you enjoyed it. Huge thanks to Haus for sponsoring this video. And if you want to try some beautiful aperitifs with wonderful flavors, I would highly recommend trying them out. The first 100 people to use my link will get $10 off and free shipping if they order 2 bottles. So they'll deliver straight to your door, and perfect for quarantine and if you want to try something amazing. Be sure to thumbs this video up and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon with new videos. Bye.